Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
It's William and Andrew here. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
You're going good? Andrew's doing good?
Busy.
Busy day. Busy day, everybody. Crazy busy day. I know we say that a lot, but
That's true.
it was very true today, especially. Suzanne is here. Hello, Suzanne. If you are here, please say hi. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you come from, where you found us. We're happy to have you here. We have a few people over here on Instagram as well, like in myself, Felice. I'm sorry, I'm going to mess that up. Felice, Felide Faye. Probably messing that up. Goofications joined us. Isa Jose Finager Mosen. That's a long screen name. That's a long name, but thank you for joining us. I hope you're still out there. If you are, I probably butchered your pronunciations. Sorry about that. It's hard right on the spot like this to try to figure that out. But we appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining in. This is Allegory Gallery. We are in our cottage, Star Cottage Studio. This is our studio, metal workshop, bead room, online fulfillment center. We got everything here right now except the store. The store has moved to Johnstown, Pennsylvania. So if you're from Johnstown, thank you for tuning in. Welcome. Danette is with us. Brooke is here with us. How are you all doing today? Barb and I worked this afternoon on a lot of orders. We have, because of the way we do these lives, we often get a lot of little orders, right? So some of you all buy a few things. Some of you buy a lot of things. Whether you buy a little or a lot, we appreciate it no matter what. But sometimes there are a lot of a little invoices. And we usually do our best to try to combine shipping for you. We don't charge shipping on every single invoice we send out. And that way we'll combine them over time, especially if you do have a lot of little things. So Barb and I cleaned up a lot of little orders today, some bigger orders too. Probably over the last 2 days, we shipped close to 65 today, something like that, orders, and even more yesterday. So we've been shipping a lot of orders, trying to kind of gather things up. Things slowed down, of course, when Barb wasn't around. Now that she's back, we're picking up steam again, getting the orders out the door. So if you've had something waiting, it's going out soon if it hasn't gone out already. The post office is closed tomorrow, so that will be a delay. But we're getting there. We're getting a lot of the little stuff. If you've had some orders that just have one or two little things, like I said, we try to hold them for you so you don't have to pay shipping every single time. Who wants to pay like $4 and what is it, $4.70 is what we charge for our shipping, which is pretty low. It's usually lower than what you get charged at the post office, but we don't want to charge that for if you buy like 2 50-cent beads in a live, right? And some people do because they do our loose gemstone sales and they'll buy a few beads here and there, and some of them are like 50 cents, right? So we try and do our best. And so we had a lot of little things and we got them, a lot of them on their way to y'all. So thank you so much. Norma says the USPS emailed me today that my package is in Warrendale and on the way. Nice. Yes, it should be. And you have another package that's going to be following up soon too. So I just prepared that one today. So that is going to be going out to you very soon. Hello, Susie. Thank you for joining us. Our neighbor Terry is here as well. Danette survived today's heat and humidity. I know. It has been...
Jury's out for me.
Huh?
Jury's out.
Jury's out for you whether you survived. Andrew, between his allergies, and he's been sniffling all day.
You can probably hear me in the background.
Hear him snorching, as he says, in the background.
They snort a lot.
So snorch a lot. Yeah, he's I've noticed that his allergies have picked up. Mine are just like, my nose is just like pretty much completely closed. So that's life. We take allergy pills every day. But for some reason this year has been a little bit more, I feel like, than previous years. maybe we're just not used to it because we've been wearing masks for years too. But hello, Amanda. Suzanne got a notice. I'm getting a package. Yes, you are. Some of you are getting many things in the package too. So I'm so excited for y'all to get those things. We've been doing, like I said, a lot of the loose bead sales, and some of you buy $1.50 here, $1.50 there. And like I said, we try to hold that for you and do you a favor, not charge you a lot of shipping all the time. So sometimes it takes a little longer to combine all that stuff and do it. And the space that it takes is kind of incredible. You wouldn't think beads take up so much space, but the entire shipping department looks like a bomb went off. A very organized bomb because everything's in lot number order, but it's kind of like a bomb went off.
And of course, if somebody wants to pay shipping on 50-cent lot.
Yes, we can ship things out as quickly as you want. If you want to pay shipping $4.70 on a 50-cent lot that you purchased, we will be happy to, I mean, it hurts us a little to do it, but if that's what you want, we can ship every single order individually, and they will go out faster that way.
Just put it in your email.
Yeah, just send an email. You're like, ship no matter what.
When you
claim your stuff, or ship immediately. If you put that in your email when you claim, we will not hold it, and we will ship it out. Lickety split.
Don't complain.
Yeah, don't complain that we charged a lot of shipping, because we don't charge a lot of shipping actually. As I was going through a lot of these orders, I realized I didn't charge enough shipping on many of the orders, but we still wanted to get them out to you. So I'm going to be charging a little bit more shipping here and there for those of you who purchase often. Just you might see a little uptick. It's not going to be a lot, but it might be 1 or 2 shipping charges over the course of your time when we combine, just because it is the costs keep going up, and I'm only guessing. Like, we have this kind of flat fee at $4.70 that kind of works through the US. If it's the furthest extent of the US and everything's under like 4 ounces, it'll cover us. But if it's over 4 ounces, which sometimes, I'm just guessing on these invoices, I'm like, oh, that person ordered a good bit, I better add another shipping charge. And so when I do that, I'm just guessing by what I see you ordering and guessing the weight in my head, but it's not always right. And so that's what it is. Suzanne says you can add extra to mine, just invoice. Thank you. I appreciate that. I generally don't like to just send an invoice to somebody for shipping. So if we mess up, that's kind of on our end, but we're going to be, I hate to bump the fee. I don't want to bump the fee up, but I might have to bump the number of times I charge shipping. If you get our emails often and you order with us often, I think you realize that we don't really charge a lot of shipping. So I don't think anybody would be shocked that I had to say this, that I have to charge maybe once in a while a little more shipping. But
how much it costs? What?
I know, right? Actually, don't lose money on the ship. We're not trying to make money on shipping, everybody. We never do that. But we are trying not.
I just made an Etsy order, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize it, because how sometimes on Etsy you can check out by like one shop, or if you have like multiple things from different shops.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize it, and I started going through. I was like, how come that's so high? And one of the shipping for this like $3 thing was $8.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah,
I got shook.
Yeah. So we don't.
That happened last night.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm saying a lot of this for the people who are new and who are watching us, because it makes it sound like we need more money. No, we're just we do kind of, because we're not charging enough. So yeah. So y'all who follow us all the time, what the deal is. It's good.
That's nice that we're catching up and getting things out.
Yeah, catching up, getting things out from Barb's time away. Barb's going to be going away in July, and then
she showed us some super cute pictures yesterday.
Yes, she did. Her grandson got a car. He's 1. He just turned 1. but they had pictures of him in his little white Jeep that is remote controllable. He can sit in it and drive, but it's also remote controllable from the parents.
I was like, I had a white Jeep.
Yeah, we had a white Jeep. So yeah, it's one of those things. It was very cute, and but anyway, she was she was showing us that. But she's also going to be going away in July, and then August, September, October, she's going to be completely gone.
When she's gone, I don't think it will be as hard once we catch up because we're not opening another store.
Yeah, yeah.
Part of one of the reasons why, like William, he shipped every single day, but we were also opening the new Johnstown location.
Yeah, so the time I had to actually do shipping was not the time I will have or should have once she is away. So we should be completely fine. But if we need to find someone else, we'll look for someone else to help. But I think we're working on a plan and rearranging our schedules to make this all work, and without us having to invest too much more and also too much more time.
Also, we don't want to quit her.
I know. We don't want to give up Barb. But
never.
I don't know. I don't know what her plan is, whether if once she's gone, if she'll be coming back or not.
She still has a house.
She still has a house here. She hasn't moved yet.
As we talk about her business.
I know, right? Suzanne got a notice that she's getting a package. It rained here and got steamy. Summer in New Orleans. It rained here and got steamy too.
Mm-hmm. I thought when it rained, the temperature would drop.
Yeah, it has not. It just got steamier and steamier, and it only rained for like a microsecond, and then like the time it took us to drive here, it was barely raining by the time we got here, and then it just made everything more humid. Yay!
It's like we're in a pressure cooker.
I know.
Oh, wow.
Brooke says, for being so small, it's amazing how quickly beads can take over your space. Yarn is even worse. We don't need no yarn up in here too. We've got some, but it stays contained in storage containers so far, mostly. Mostly. Jeanette says, I got an email that I'm getting a package in the mail. Y'all getting these emails. Good. I like to hear it. I like to know the system works. Mm-hmm. Yes, you are getting a package. There is a big package, I think. I think all of your stuff. Oh, I thought that was something falling off the roof. From over here, it sounded like it was up on the roof. It's like, what is crawling on our roof?
Who knows?
Hello.
That's not out of the realm of possibility.
I know. Hello, Anne. Suzanne says, I have not ordered from people when a basic charm is around $10. Yeah, it's hard. Brooke says, shipping is expensive these days, especially for bigger things. Yes, the bigger it gets, depending. You get to a point where you hit the priority mail, and that can go up to 70 pounds. And in the US, it's pretty much the same price up to 70 pounds. You go priority up into another country, and it gets crazy. And it really gets crazy.
But we get bulk shipping.
Yeah, we get commercial shipping rates, so we do better than the post office. I'm sure it's still not as big as some of the big shippers, but we do get pretty good rates. So we try to pass those along.
So when they talk about like having free shipping and stuff, I don't know how some of them do it.
No, like I could see in some ways if they combined a lot of orders together, like we've been doing, you save a little bit on shipping. But if you're shipping out every single order free shipping, people, I don't know, they must be doing crazy amounts of other business too, because
or their margins are higher.
Yeah.
That gets eat up somewhere.
Yeah. But
either the business is going to go out of business or their margins are higher.
Or they're selling bigger stuff too, like lots of other expensive stuff to offset it.
Or or they just their prices are higher.
Yeah, they might do that too. Yeah, usually if free shipping is offered in a store, you start to see their pricing increase too.
We don't.
We don't. We do free over $100. So if it goes over $100, it's free.
That's on our website.
That's on our website. Yeah, not on our invoicing. Can't do it everywhere because we already give you the great prices on the lives. But on the website, if it's over $100, we do free.
Yeah. Well, now everybody's caught up.
Now everybody's caught up. Marion says Etsy shipping is generally higher than it needs to be.
Yeah, because
they're making up for that. All those extra fees, like the promotional fee that even if you don't want your stuff promoted, you still pay for.
Like I noticed that in the Etsy, if you leave something in your cart, generally, if you leave it in long enough, the seller will send you a discount code. And I don't know if that's an automated thing.
We do that too, though. It's automated.
Yeah, so.
We do it by, if you join our text message list especially, and you put things in your cart, sometimes, not every time, but sometimes if you leave things in there a little bit, it'll send you like, here's an extra 10% just to nudge you to maybe make that purchase. But we try not to send those out too often because we're little people, and we can't afford to do that all the time, but it does help, and I see why they do it. Hello, Susan. Thanks for joining us. Speaking of shipping, I've had some crazy shipping routes. Had one package go from Sabbington, that's Missouri, right, MO, to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, to St. Louis. Another go from Florida to St. Louis, Kansas City, back to St. Louis. I have not seen that too much, thankfully. Our stuff, or in our stuff. I have to say that generally when we send our stuff out, people get it within really like 2 or 3 days. Easy. Knock on wood.
I don't know. For my own shopping, that I have had things go all over the world.
Have you?
Yeah.
But you also order from all over the world.
Correct. But I also have stuff that will a part of like their free shipping is they do pallet shipping. And so if you don't know what that is, basically they load up a thing and then it's sent to a processing plant, usually in New York or another city that has a big
it's often cheaper to ship by the pallet, but you got to fill up a pallet.
And so sometimes my stuff goes on a journey.
Yeah. Anyone doing that kind of, I think, bulk processing, it could go on a journey. So if you're
sometimes stuff, if it gets held up, it gets held up.
Yeah.
Because the one package I did, it got held up for 8 months.
Yeah, and it could be because it was in a pallet with stuff that got held up. The whole pallet gets held up. Yeah, it's crazy. But we're shipping from a little tiny local post office, and it goes right out the door. And generally,
she said we're their biggest business.
Yeah, I don't know if we still are, but we were at one point, and I don't think we've slowed down any. We were at one point their biggest business as far as shipping. So,
boy, people used to. This one dude, he got behind me in line and he started cussing because I basically look like half Asian Santa. This is back before we had the
electronic processing.
Yeah, so we had to do each one.
Andrew hand addressed each package.
And I would bring in, one time I brought in a whole carload of packages. They had to call somebody in and had a separate line just for me. And it took probably 2 hours.
Yeah, because when he hand addressed them, each one had to be weighed.
Each one had to be hand inputted.
Hand input in, because that was a very small post office. So each one, because there's nothing to scan.
And the old times also, there I went. So when we first moved here, we lived in a town called Bolivar, and we lived at. It's basically one of them towns. If you blink, you miss it. And they didn't even have their own post office. I had to go to this post office called Robinson, and they were required by law to take a break at lunchtime.
Yeah,
And
they are.
you'd be waiting in line, and they just slammed that grate down.
Yep. Yeah, if you got there around lunchtime, post office would just close it down.
And it was all hand, like the receipt was handwritten.
Yeah, so they had to handwrite. They didn't have a computer, right, at all.
I don't think so.
So
that was like the one and only time that I brought my packages to that one, because
he brought a whole thing of packages in, and each one, not only did he have to hand address each one, but the post office had to hand write a receipt and the tally.
She looked so mad
for each package.
And we used to go to New Florence. I don't know, why did we go to New Florence?
I would drop them off on the way into work.
Well, I used to drive over there.
I don't know.
Probably because...
Well, the Robinson one closed.
Huh?
The Robinson one closed down.
I only went there one time because
oh, that's, yeah.
It was...
I don't know why you went to New Florence instead of Ligonier. We live slightly closer to New Florence, probably.
Yeah, I think it was just... We were just more oriented towards...
that way. Because they're opposite directions. We were kind of in the middle, but probably slightly closer to New Florence. And it was also, you didn't have to go down into town. You kind of drove right by the post office, so it was easy to go to.
And yeah. Plus, I don't want to be all in the city people.
The city people in Ligonier. Marianne says it rained here and got colder. Yeah, you're cold up there. You said 56 or something today?
Frost.
Huh?
Didn't she say it frosted?
Yeah, she said in the country there was a chance of frost today or yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Susan says, oh, colder. That sounds awesome, Marianne, right? Amanda says, tomorrow will feel like 109. What?
What is it, 106 today?
The real feel, yeah, it went up to like 93, but the real feel was 106 here.
Because we're kind of in, our weather's similar to Amanda's.
Usually, yeah.
She's a little bit hotter and a little bit colder.
Yeah, but she said it'll feel like 109 tomorrow, so an extra 3 degrees tomorrow at this point.
How do you differentiate that? Your body just is like hot.
It's just hot, right? Marianne got a shipping email. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Brooke says, I think a lot of Etsy shops just put the shipping cost into the price. Correct.
They have to.
Yeah, because Etsy will not allow you, I think, to advertise, or they won't advertise for you or promote you if you don't offer free shipping in their shop. I don't know if they've changed that rule, but that used to be what it was. If you didn't offer free shipping,
we migrated off.
Yeah, we migrated off once they started doing that, because not only that, but they started instituting a charge for promoting, which they weren't doing. It was a marketing fee, I guess. And they weren't promoting us because we didn't offer free shipping, but they still charged us a marketing fee every month. And then to relist your product, they charge, if you don't sell your product in a certain amount of time, you get a relisting fee, even though it's already listed. You have to pay to list it again. It's such a weird system.
It didn't always used to be like that. I mean, that part
was always like that.
Like extra fees. And like Etsy, if there was suspicious activity, then they would shut down the whole shop, but your bank account too.
Yeah.
And there were times when people would try to do shifty stuff, like say they didn't get things, even though we have tracking on them, and you can see they got them.
Yeah.
And also, I followed their posts and you can see them
opening stuff.
Materials.
Right.
And I mean, that's only happened a couple times, but they would usually side on the seller, or the
buyer.
shopper,
The buyer,
the
yeah.
buyer, and so they can really like it can be really
Yeah.
not
It's
great.
yeah. We I think we have one product out on Etsy just to keep the store alive out there and point people to our website. So if people find us, they know to go to our website. Susan got a shipping notification as well. Yes, you did. Hello, Angela. Thank you for joining us. Marion says, I get good rates from some of the other U.S. companies, but never free. Yeah, free to Canada. I wish we could do that, but
No, if they do offer that, sometimes they have. I know one company, they have a courier who their processing plant is like it's outside of Seattle, and then they drive it across the border and then ship it that way.
Yeah. Suzanne doesn't shop from Etsy. It's a shame too, because it used to be a place where you could get really handmade stuff, and now you can never be sure.
There's stuff I have to get because a lot of times, like some of the art supplies I use are so specific.
Yeah.
And unless I want to buy like 60 pounds of a certain type of wax, then I need to order it from Etsy.
Yeah, there are a few things like that, and we know a few people, really good friends, who still sell on Etsy, and they do well there, and we buy stuff from them there. But generally, it's hard to tell anymore. It's hard to tell what's artisan made and not for a place that used to, like, if you know Etsy from back when, then that used to be like the place to, like, everybody was making their own thing and selling it there pretty much. And now,
in the old times, I used to live around the corner from the headquarters, and they would have little classes in their storage closet.
That's cute.
And then they'd be like, "Hey, you want a PBR?" And then you'd like sit in on like these photo shoots, and they'd have these photo shoots for their upcoming thing, and
Nice.
you're just sitting around.
That's
how
cool.
I met Max Goodman. Do you know her? She doesn't do jewelry anymore. She does horses now. But she used to be that Craftsy. I don't know. So one of those online teaching platforms. She did a bunch of videos for them. But that's how I met her originally, is because she used to be like the local little teacher there.
Yeah, that's good. Brooke says, so it's less free shipping and more shipping inclusive prices, which I don't mind. I like knowing the cost at I like knowing the full cost at a glance. Yeah, it can be good, but generally that means your prices also went up, and everything went up. Like they're just going to inflate everything. I don't know. There's two ways of looking at it, I guess.
It's not good for our business.
No.
And we've spent a lot of time.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Definitely not the way we like to do things, and what would work.
I mean, the thing is like we're trying to save y'all money, because we don't like to pay for stuff we don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, so if for us, it works like this: if we inflated every single price, whether we combined your orders or not, you're paying more. So you're paying on every single thing, you're paying a little bit of shipping. Whereas now, if we can combine your orders, you pay that shipping up to that point once. So
you do have to wait longer.
You do have to wait a little longer. I mean,
unless you tell us.
Unless you tell us, then we'll ship everything right away with a shipping charge. Let's see here. Brooke says, is that why every item I look at says several people have it in their carts already?
Sometimes.
Could be, or it could just be a popular thing. I put things in my cart a lot of times just to save them there in my brain. I do that a lot.
But also, if something goes viral, then that happens too.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed there's like certain subgroups on Facebook and on Reddit, and things will go viral in there, and then people just like put it in their cart.
Yeah.
We used to have a shipping system where if somebody put it in their cart, it reserved it.
Oh, it was terrible.
and there was one person who would, whenever we would do a product drop,
Every single product drop,
everything.
they'd just dump everything right away into their cart, and no one could check out until they released them. And we didn't even have the power to release it from their cart.
Yeah, so that was
It was terrible.
And they denied doing it too.
Yeah.
And we weren't the only person this happened to. They I'm not gonna say who.
No.
But they did that to other small people like that, and it was real like not good.
Yeah. Terry says Etsy pushes you to free shipping. Yes. Etsy used to be a great place to shop. It's a pity to see how it is now. Amanda has her Etsy shop on permanent vacation. There are only a few that she'll shop on Etsy. Marion says, I do buy digital papers from Etsy, no shipping. Yeah, those kind of things are good, right?
Like files. Some of the files I've gotten have been messed up. So if you have a trusted person, then sometimes that's good.
I've heard that from a number of people that they buy the files and they're either messed up or they disappear.
I had one and I didn't realize it, but they were sending it from Russia, and I was like,
You got Russian documents coming to you.
I know, it was like great.
Right? Danette says, I shopped Etsy today, needed to get a new U.S. Navy veteran garden flag for my dad's grave. That's good. Brooke says, I thought it was just Etsy trying to give me FOMO.
And maybe that too.
That too, right?
But also, if you put it in your cart, you're counted in that too. So
yeah, it's in someone's cart.
Competing with yourself.
It's in someone's cart. It's yours. Susan says, I'll use Etsy, but sparingly. I agree. We got a lot of people joining us on Instagram. Thank you all so much for joining us over there. Sharon Stafford Metals, Vicky Swope joined us. Sylvia Warren, Cindy Sojourning, The Goddess, AZ, Witty Voyager, Bonnie Christie. Thank you all for joining us over there. It's good to have you.
If you haven't seen Sharon Stafford stuff, she's super cool. She weaves a bunch of metal.
Go check it out after the live.
And Cindy, I think is that Cindy from Baltimore?
Don't know. Is it Cindy from Baltimore? Think so. I think that's right. We were in
a class together on Mokomagane.
Mokomagane.
She makes cool stuff. She made that little dragon, that little pink enamel dragon that we were looking at their party. You remember?
Say that again?
She made a little dragon and it was enameled and then it had a pink background.
I feel like I remember that or part of that. That was when we went down for that event?
And she had the Marriage of Metals piece that was in the case of mine, of like the hands coming out of the water.
Nice. Oh, Cindy says, nope, not that Cindy. Sorry, Andrew. I just met William.
Well, that's nice too.
Let's see here. Brooke says, I don't typically let things linger in my cart. Sets off my OCD. Same as how having too many browser tabs stresses me out.
I don't have that problem. I mean, I guess I do to a degree. I have around 100 tabs that are open. And then periodically I'll go through and close out ones that I don't need. But I save that, it's like a bookmark in my brain of things to look at later.
Yeah. I keep a lot of tabs open on my phone, but I hate to keep tabs open on the computer.
Isn't that connected though?
No. I mean, you can get to the tabs, but to actually have the browser window open in tabs, I don't do that. I keep a few, but like I usually have 4 or 5, maybe at most, and then they all get closed down most sessions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if I can see them, too much. The ones on my phone, though, you only see one at a time, so don't really have that problem.
Yeah, on my phone I have like 100 open.
Yeah, you have more than me. Sometimes I have more than you.
Yeah, but I'm always looking up stuff, so.
Yeah. You look up a lot. And that's the thing is when you look up a lot, you don't want to lose it. Like when I'm researching something, I hate to close them because I'm like, I'm not quite done researching that. I need to come back to it, but I can't do that right now. So I get a lot of tabs opened. And I hate using bookmarks.
Yeah, bookmarks is like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. Brooke says, now I do have a lot of bookmarks and follow channels. Yeah, bookmarks, if I add a bookmark to something, you may as well consider it case closed, done. Because I'm not. I go through.
I maybe got into bookmarks like once in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
And then mostly out of curiosity what it was. Like, what's in that? You're like, oh.
Yeah. It's gone if it's on bookmarks. Suzanne says asks Andrew, can Renaissance wax be used on wood?
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not is the answer.
It's a microcrystalline wax, so in theory,
it won't inhibit breathing of the wood or anything like that. Like,
what you got?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't think it should be a problem. If there's a thick varnish on it, then I wouldn't probably do it.
Depends what it is. What is it you're trying to do, Suzanne?
If there's a really thick varnish, it's just gonna make that varnish cloudy. But if it's just like raw wood, it'll make it a little bit darker and not dry out. That's the big thing.
Okay. Marion says, I will close tabs if I have more than 5, but sometimes I have a bunch open if I'm doing genealogy. Yeah, if I'm doing a project or working on research, I'll have a bunch, but usually by the end they all get closed unless they're on my phone. Then they don't get closed for months. Suzanne says, some of the wooden rectangles from you.
From me.
From us. Wooden rectangle beads. He doesn't know. I don't remember them. I'm trying to rack my brain for them. Are they the really thin ones? The thin wood? Those should be fine, I would think.
Like the laser ones?
Mm-mm. No, we had some strands of those thin wooden beads. They're just like, yeah, they're just they're not even carved, they're just wooden beads. Those should be fine.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Test it and then out of the.
Suzanne says no thick rectangles. Now that's different. I don't know what that is.
If I saw, I'd recognize it. But it's one of those things where, in my mind, I categorize stuff differently.
But it's probably fine.
Like I said, do a test on out of the way area, like near a bead hole or something.
What are you sealing them for? What is the purpose of sealing them?
For wood, it could be to make it not dry out or to protect it from.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what her purpose is. What she's. She said with carved leaves on all 4 sides. I really don't remember those even.
Yes, and they're pale colored.
Suzanne says, I just thought they'd last longer.
Maybe. I mean, it's one of those things like a lot of stuff, the best way to protect it is to wear it. And then it has nature's Renaissance wax.
Called sweat.
Not necessarily sweat.
Body moisture.
Not that.
Oils.
But grease don't sound
oils.
Either.
Your bodily oils. Oh boy.
See who gets nasty? It's not always me.
That's not nasty. It's just your bodily oils.
Stop saying that. I'm gonna go.
Susan says, I keep things in carts and leave too many tabs open, drives the hubs nuts. Marianne says body oils, laughing face.
I don't know why. That's like I went, so I travel pretty frequently, not as much as I used to, but I used to go more to like go shopping places, and I guess I still do. But
Gesundheit.
One time I went to this Native American market, and there was this Navajo jewelry guy, and I wanted to see a ring. And before he handed it to me, he wiped the turquoise on his nose. And I was like,
you've had pearl vendors do that too.
That happened with the Native American guy. And then he was like, here. I was like, oh, no, thank you.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? It makes it look nice. And I was like, oh, that's okay. I changed my mind.
Andrew gets very weirded out by that
But
stuff.
by specific things, like, I don't know. I think it's also like a stranger did it too.
Yeah. If I wipe my nose on it,
I would.
He's like, I'd still not do it. He says, I go home.
Bye. No. So, anyways, oils do help.
Oils help.
If you have opals, they need to be hydrated.
Opals, pearls like to be.
There's a famous story about how this guy was going to go to this party, and it was like this like fancy, the Biltmores or somebody. I can't remember who it was. And they went to their house, and they got there early, and the maid came, and she answered the door, and she had all of these pearls on. And he was like, dang, y'all must be doing well if the maids is double-decked in the pearls, these heirloom pearls. And they're like, no.
No, those are mine.
Those are mine. But the oils from your body do make the pearls more lustrous.
Yeah, so the maids had to wear the pearls all the time.
So
keep them
before a party,
keep them lustrous.
To shine them up. Get them nice and
lustrous. Because the owners couldn't be bothered before the party to shine them up.
Well, so if it's heavy, right? I saw some of the pictures of the star. I was like, dang.
Let the maid carry those.
And maybe she felt fancy, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that was part of the perk. She's like, oh, it's Pearl Day.
Oh, Pearl Day.
I would be nervous, frankly, but
I know. You got to trust your maid on that day.
I would know, being on the maid and have to wear these pearls, and then they have that like silk thread that's like from a spider that can break with somebody's breath. So, anyways.
Yeah. So how are you all doing? I got another tick today. So I'm sending it off to Tick Lab. Apparently Tick Lab had one of their buildings burned down, so they're moving the contents. So it might be a little delayed, but and the post office is closed tomorrow. So I pulled another one off of me. I wasn't even doing any yard work today. Not at all. So that's my day. So we'll get that tested. If you don't know about ticklab.org, they test ticks for free. I think they test all over the country, but they are, I think, based here in Pennsylvania. But they will test your tick for free if you mail it to them in a little baggie, in a white envelope, just a regular letter envelope. And you fill out the online form, and they match it up with your name and the lab results and all that, and they'll send it to you and let you know if your tick has Lyme disease or not, or if it can cause Lyme disease or not. And it's all free. So
ticks have been bad this year.
Ticks have been very bad. This is the most I've ever pulled off. Like, I've pulled like one off of me, maybe two in like the last 10 years.
But I will say though that our grass had been particularly high this year as well.
Yeah, but I also got it when our grass has been mowed. So I don't know why I got it today.
You're messing around in the flower beds.
Not today.
Also,
but also Barb comes from the woods. So I was hanging out with her today. So it's very possible that she brought it from the woods too.
Does she have dogs still?
No, she does not. But she was talking about watering her flowers, I think, and stuff too. So Who knows? But I got one on me, and it was starting to eat me.
Oh, great.
Dennis says, "Oh no, another tick. I hate them. 3 out of the 4 of our neighbor kids across the road from me had Lyme disease." Barb knows some people who've recently gotten Lyme disease, like super bad cases, hospitalized and not great things happening. Can't eat anything anymore. Everything upsets their stomach because of it.
Is that why she has food allergies?
I don't know. She's not said that that's why, but who knows?
And or maybe she wouldn't know.
Yeah. Brooke says deer ticks are bad news. Yeah, luckily the last one I got was not positive for Lyme, but we'll see what this one is. And these generally are deer ticks. We have deer all over the place up here, which I like to see the deer, but I do not like the ticks.
I thought I would like to ride a deer.
You want to ride the deer?
But there'll have to be a sturdy deer. And then the other thing is that now if they have ticks, then I don't want that.
I know.
What am I going to do, ride it in a hazmat suit?
I know. Have a tick for a saddle. Saddle of ticks. No, thank you.
That sounds squirmy.
No, thank you. So that's been my day. Lots of shipping. Preparing for this live. Oh, I took photos of all of the remaining pendants. Actually, photos and videos now of all the remaining pendants from yesterday's live. So they were on sale until this live started today. Did y'all get your requests in? I invoiced last night for anything from last night. I've not really been checking my email today because I've been so busy shipping stuff. So you can check that out. If you missed anything, these are probably going into the Andrew Thornton Project D-Stash page next.
I have another batch coming too.
And there's another batch coming. If you didn't see that, he did a little preview. So these will move over there. Probably will have the same discount over there. So if you're not a video watcher or you tune into these here and there, but you don't stay for the whole thing, what remains will go into the D-Stash group. And maybe we'll start the new batch in the D-Stash group and then move them to the live. Who knows? Who knows what we'll do?
I don't know.
He says, I don't know. Marion says, you were quick with last night's invoicing. Yeah, I didn't go home first. I did it right from here. Hey, there's Charlie over on Instagram.
Howdy.
Howdy, howdy. Marion says, I love the yellowish ones.
They're not ready yet.
They're not ready yet.
They're more like a mango.
Yeah, they are kind of like, they look lighter in the photo. When I saw them in person, they are more mango-y.
And I think they got more mango-y.
They're good though. They look like a nice sunset. Well, sunrise maybe more than a sunset.
They look like a mango to me.
They look like a mango. He says it's a mango, William. It's a mango.
Mango sunset. And then somebody was like, "Oh, can you make me something like that?" And I was like, "Nope.
Nope.
It's gonna be what it is.
You're getting what we get.
And the reason why is because there's no way. There's no way.
We're not doing custom on these.
No, and the other thing is that it's very experimental how I do the color mixing, and I also purposely mess them up. Like normally, when you're doing enamel, you do not cross-contaminate at all.
No, everything.
Because you can mess up your whole thing. I don't mess up the whole thing, of course.
No.
But I scoop some out, and then I'll sprinkle something into some of them. It's kind of like how I cook. So don't ask me for the recipe. I can give you a general ingredient list when I cook.
And a general technique.
But I can't give you exact.
There's no recipe.
I used to make recipe books, and then I never used them. But I do need to do some more tests. It's just one of those things that I don't really. I'd rather make something that I can that's for making.
That's worth your time.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to know those things. Like,
Yeah.
I do need to do tests on stuff. but because some of the colors are vintage, so I don't know what it looked like.
Yeah.
It's a tan opal. What's that look like?
Yeah.
So I don't know about that. So I have this fantasy of having an intern and then making them do it.
There you go.
Because then it doesn't really require anything. It's just like sift it on. There you go.
There you
Move
go.
on to the next one.
Susan says, my sister-in-law lives in rural Connecticut and has been dealing with Lyme disease complications for over 30 years. Not fun. Yeah, I can't even imagine. And some people are very nonchalant about it. They're just like, oh, it'll be fine. I'm like, no. Like, get that taken care of. Do what you can as quickly as you can. Get those antibiotics or whatever they want to give you. Dana says, I have a big welt on my back from something that got me last Tuesday. Dave doesn't see any bite, and it's not a bullseye welt, just a big red welt.
I have a bunch of bites, and I don't know what they're from.
I was getting bites at night. Something was biting me, whether it was a spider or a mosquito in our room for like 2 days, and I had bites all over me. But I also get hives, so I'm like, is it a bite or is it a hive?
Well, that's that game.
It's that game, right?
It's like, I have a headache. Is it from stress? Is it from the weather? Is it from
lighting?
Yeah.
Is it from not sleeping?
Play that game. Not enough caffeine.
Yeah, Danette, hopefully all is good, but
see?
Get it taken care of. Get it
See,
looked at if you need to. Huh? Yeah, you do. They were getting me in my underarm too. That's where his are, like under here.
They like that soft flesh, I guess.
Yes.
And then behind the knee.
Yeah, that's a big spot too.
Look. It's not
right in the knee.
In the crease.
Yeah.
The back behind.
Yeah. Well, the tick that got me bit a little bit. It just looked like, I wasn't even sure if it was a tick at first or if it was just like a little scab or something. And then I picked it and then it started moving and I was like, you are a tick. But it barely got me. It just was like a little pinhole red mark. So, and then of course I try and squeeze the stuff out, like back out if they put anything in me. So now I have a bruise, but we'll see if it bullseyes or not. But
body oils and tick juice.
Right. But they do say that it doesn't have to bullseye for you to get Lyme disease. So if you see any tick on you or pull any tick off of you, don't use the bullseye as the only way to think you're getting Lyme disease or not. Have it tested. ticklab.org. Because you can get Lyme disease and not have a bullseye. Anyway. Yeah. So today we have artisan beads. So these come from a friend of ours who's de-stashing, and they asked us to help them. So this is not only for us, this is for someone else who wants to de-stash, get rid of a few things, and make a little money back on them. So these are they're unused. They were a collector of artisan beads.
They might have put like a jump ring on them.
Yeah, they might have put a jump ring on some, but they mostly bought to collect, as some of us do, right? And when you get inspired by a particular artisan maker, sometimes you go crazy buying their things. And so this person has asked if we will help them move these on to someone else who might enjoy them and actually use them more. So that's what we're doing here today. Artisan beads.
Yeah, she's also, I think, in a different phase of life,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Hasn't been doing as much beading. Has a business. So it's one of those things. You gotta do what you need to do. So that's what we're going to look at today. Hopefully you'll like them. We think we've priced them fairly. Generally they are priced at what they would be sold for. And like I said, part of this is helping us and part of it is helping the person selling them. We're doing a consignment thing. So that way it works out for all of us. So you are helping not only us when you purchase these today, but you are helping the seller as well. All right.
The other thing is that we only have this for a limited time.
Yeah, these are not staying with us.
So if you want something, don't stick it in the cart and sit on it.
There's
because it's going away, and then who knows if it will reemerge.
Yeah. This is a
and we're going to break this down into multiple days so that our lives are not 80 hours long.
Yeah. We got lots of stuff going on the next 2 weeks. So this will be broken down into multiple days so we don't do like super long sessions on all of these. But hopefully you'll like them. And like Andrew said, these are a very quick thing. We don't have these for very long. So if you do see something you like, grab it. And how do you do that? You may be asking. Well, let me tell you. To purchase from this video, take down each lot number and send it to us in the subject line of an email addressed to info@allegorygallery.com. So address your email, info@allegorygallery.com. Put the lot number we give you in the subject line and hit send. Please send a new email every single time. Do not reply to one of your old sends to send us another one. That messes up the works. You get nothing that way, just the way we sort things. So just send a new one every time. And if you do win it, we do expect you to purchase it. If you send us an email for everything and you get everything and then you say, oh, but I only wanted those two, that's a good way to get kicked out of the club. So don't get kicked out of the club. And yeah, I think that's it. If you have any questions, let us know. We will generally combine orders if you order over multiple sessions. And we will combine to save you on shipping like we talked about in the beginning of this video as
Also,
best we
if you
can.
tell us that you want shipped immediately.
Yes.
No takebacks.
Yeah. If you send us in your emails that you say, please ship immediately, we will ship as soon as possible. You will be charged shipping every single invoice. We will not combine for you until you say further. That's not just a one-time thing. If you say ship immediately, generally that means you want to be put on the list to always ship immediately.
And that's not us being like persnickety or whatever.
No, it's just from things that have happened to us in the past. People are like, I want this shipped all the time. Just ship it out. Okay, we can do that. We'll put you on the list. And we're happy to do that. Whatever works for you.
Sure. It's not going to hurt us.
No. And if you want off of that list at some point in the future, you can get off the list, but you don't change in the middle of the process. That's all. If you say this one's shipping immediately, we're going to put it out the door for you. No take backs on it. You want to come off that list, then you just let us know before your next order. Easy. It really sounds like a lot, but it's really easy. We're just doing what you want us to do. That's pretty much, you got to let us know. Otherwise, we try and combine and save you shipping. Because we know sometimes you order just a few little things. And why pay all the shipping for a few little things when you could order a few more little things and not spend as much money? You'd rather spend the money on the beads than the shipping. We
tried to do it where we shipped everything right away, but then people begged us.
Yeah, they're like, can you please combine because I'm spending too much in shipping. So, and we got enough feedback that that's the way we generally do things now.
Yeah.
That's
like you said, if you need it for something special, we can always expedite it.
Yep. And that goes in the online store too. Because if we see you have an online store order and we see you have some live orders from these lives, we will try and wait and combine everything. But if you are placing an order in the online store and you need it like ASAP, or you're doing it for an event, for a birthday, something like that, just put that in your store notes and your order notes, and we'll see that and ship it right out. Okay. All right. Let's flip this camera around. Let's get this show on the road. What am I doing here? Let's see here. Streaming, oops, wrong area, settings, camera, flip this camera. Flip the camera. There we go. Lena says, I'm all about saving money on shipping. I am now also freaked out about ticks. Yes, there are lots of ticks here. I have gotten 2 or 3 of them. Well, we found 2 on me embedded, and 1 on, was it Idabel? Idabel? Or Tallulah? Tallulah had 1 on her nose.
Her little muzzle mouth.
And that was after I had been out mowing and stuff. So there are definitely ticks around. It is a little freaky. I don't like it. I don't like to kill things. You know, I'm one of those people. But ticks, I don't have, like, if you're going to give me a disease that's going to haunt me all my life, I'm a little bit, you know, self-preservation kicks in. Hi, Linus, by the way. Da, da, da. All right, where are we at? We're going to start. These are AB for Artisan Bead. I don't think I've used that in a while. I just realized we used Q yesterday, and we already just previously used Q. So I was having to pay very close attention to the date of the invoices when I was shipping today. Yeah. So hopefully I didn't use AB1 recently, or AB recently. We're going to start with some humble beads. Humble beads. And I love Heather Powers is so nice. Such a good person.
Yeah, she's nice.
And we love her stuff. So hopefully you do too. I don't have, where's my penny? I don't have my penny. I don't have my dime. I'll just have to give you the sizes. I got my calipers here.
What are you doing?
Huh?
That's a lucky penny.
The penny hasn't been here in ages. I don't know where the dime went. I was taking pictures over here today. It probably moved. There it is. Okay, lucky dime, Andrew says. All right, AB1 is this little house bead. This little house bead. And this is about 16.5 by 24 millimeters. Little house bead, AB1, $12. $12. And remember, first come, first serve. AB1. All right. We're going to stick with some humble beads for a while here. And we're going to go to AB2. So AB is the lot number that you're going to send us in the email, the AB number, AB2, $12. Is this little house-shaped bead, but with the tree, the forest setting. And again, this should be about the same size. 17, about 17.5 by 27. AB12. Let me set it more down here so you can see on the inches if you need to see the inches instead of the millimeters. Mostly jewelry people, we do millimeters, but sometimes people like the inches. These over here, get a place set up for those. And I'm going to check our spam too, make sure things aren't going to junk, hopefully. I think we're okay so far. All right, so far still available, AB1 and AB2. Whoa, what's going on? Where'd that one come from? Got out of order. AB3. AB3, Heather Powers, Humble Beads, Little Bird. Hole goes top to bottom again, just like in the little houses. AB3, $8 for the little bird. Remember, we are selling these for a friend of ours we know, and we are splitting the money. So you are helping not only us with this and helping someone clear out their stash, but you're helping them as well. Terry says her birds are so sweet. Yes, they are. I love her little birds. AB3. AB4. AB4 is another one of her birds. Oh, let me give you the size of the bird too. There's some people like to have the sizes. 26 by 13. Approximately 26 by 13. Hole goes top to bottom. These are polymer clay. If you don't know, I guess I should have said that. I just assume people know Heather and Humble Beads, but maybe you don't. They're all made out of polymer clay. She's a famous polymer clay bead artist. And she's nice. She's actually a nice person. Her whole family is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
She's come to Ligonier to teach with us a few times too.
Yeah, we had one that we were planning before the pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic hit and ruined that idea, but we were planning another one with her too.
We used to do this thing called Creative Camp, and we turned Ligonier into basically like a campus. And there were classes and different buildings, and then people could meet up. And
yeah, it was really cool. I liked doing it.
that was fun, but the pandemic really got in the way of that.
Yeah. This is AB5. This is another bird. The last of the birds that we have. Marianne says, I have just a few of Heather's beads. Does that mean you really have just a few, or you have a lot of Heather's beads, Marianne? I'm not sure of that intonation as through the internets. Just a few, or really just a few. AB6. This is a mushroom pair. Little cute pair of charms. $14 for the pair. One pair available. Marion says, really only a few. Time to add to that stash. Amanda says, I have a kit of Heather's that I am hoarding. I just like to open it up and look at it. Yeah, she did some pretty nice kits too. Norma says, I've taken 3 multi-day Zoom classes with Heather and really enjoyed them. Brooke said, the mushrooms are so cute. I know. I don't know if my email's not working, but the mushrooms are still available. What? AB6? They're so cute. So far, everything's still available. Maybe my email's not working.
Sometimes that happens.
Sometimes it gets backed up. Because I think when we stream, it takes a lot of our internet power here.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
I don't know either.
We were talking about that last night because I was trying to do a Zoom call, and something wasn't working.
Yeah, he was trying to do a Zoom call, and I wasn't even on the internet yet. And it was, he couldn't even get his Zoom, but all the connection was fine. He had a great connection to the router. The router had a great connection to the main router. There was no issue. So I went through and I found things on our network. I'm like, what is this? Because sometimes we have things on the network like our air conditioners and stuff that I don't actually know. So I disconnected everything from talking to the network except our few devices, and then it all worked fine. So something here is like bandwidth hungry, and I'm not sure what it is.
EOS.
Yeah, something. So this is one of the, that is a camera, Canon EOS's. This is a lentil bead. AB7, $18 with her cane work in there. AB7. AB8. Oops, come on.
If you don't know Heather, she lives in South Haven, Michigan.
I think it's Grand Rapids. Was it Grand Rapids?
No.
South Haven?
Maybe Grand Haven.
Grand Haven? Grand something, I thought.
Grand South Haven. And a lot of her stuff is very whimsical, and she's known for her cane work.
Mm-hmm.
So she makes these kind of, it's almost like with candy. You're basically making kind of canes, which are different kind of pieces of clay that are layered up.
Like each one of these separate things is a little piece of cane work that is sliced out. Like, so she creates this swirl pattern and then slices a piece and lays it on. It's really cool.
And she's really instrumental in the art beads world because of a blog back in the day is called Art Bead Scene.
Yeah, if any of you know Art Bead Scene,
we're throwing it back.
I know.
And I knew her because we were both kind of in the same publishing kind of circles, in the same blogging groups. So I knew her from that kind of world. This one's a chrysalis.
Yeah, a little chrysalis. Isn't that cute?
A little creature, a little butterfly inside.
And go good with some like pearls, right? Like South Haven, says Norma.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. I thought it was Grand something. I don't know why.
So
Little
I
chrysalis?
was right
Guess so.
the first time.
I have 2 books written by Heather that I bought years ago before I ever knew her or bought anything from her.
Inspired by nature and then bead something.
We used to have a few copies of those around.
I don't know if we still have them or not.
I don't know. I don't know what we have anymore. This is the last one we have here for now. Out
We're
of this
breaking
series.
them up into 10 per artist per night. So we do have more of her stuff for tomorrow, but it's all different stuff. So don't delay.
Don't delay. If you see something you like. This is AB10. That's a very pretty with that gold in there.
And a lot of her stuff is inspired by artwork. And she's also an illustrator. Did you know that?
She is an illustrator.
We had a show of her work once. And also she got picked up by a greeting card company.
Yep.
And I was like, is that hers? Is that hers? Because the cards don't always tell you.
No. I don't always give it away. I have up to 15, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so these ones, we met them a long time ago when they were coming to the US. They're from Bulgaria. These are golem beads, and they're ceramic.
These are $4.50 each. We have 2 of them available.
And these make really wonderful bracelets.
And these are about 22.5 millimeters by about 11 millimeters. And they have nice big holes too, which are nice. About 3.1 millimeters for the hole. Yeah, about 3 millimeters for the hole. Nice large holes if you're using leather, things like that.
Wax linen.
Wax linen. Charlie loves that color combo. I do too. I do too. Very kind of retro color combos. And then we have this one, $4.50. Only one of these available. This little paisley design. Also large hole. This should be the same size. 23 millimeters by about 11 millimeters with a hole size of 3 millimeters. Great colors in these. Beautiful beads. Gollum Studios. AB12. Normally they sell these in larger packs, so you're getting a chance to buy individual beads this way. That way you don't have to spend all the money on strands.
They used to break them up in some store,
Yeah, we would break them up anyway, generally.
but you know, they don't do shows here anymore, so.
Oh no?
No, because it's hard to come over.
Not traveling as much.
I think they come over for Tucson maybe, but they do a show that's real far out of town, and so it's not convenient.
Yeah. AB13 is this red, white, and green striped bead. $4.50 each.
I think they do the casino show maybe.
So AB2, AB6, AB7, AB10, AB11 has sold. AB12, did I say that one already? No, AB12 has also already sold.
So was their email just lagging?
I think so. They're starting to pop in now. This is a very pretty one. Only $5.50 for this almond-shaped bead. Look at those fun colors. AB14. 20 millimeters by about 27 millimeters. AB14. And again, I'm sure that's around the same millimeter hole. Well, that one, whoa. Let's do it this way. It's about 2.5 millimeter hole for sure. It's a little bit wider, I think, one way than the other. AB14, $5.50. I love the colors on this one. Boy, did your kiln heat up already? I feel like I hear it clicking over there.
Isn't it really?
I would be surprised, but I feel like I heard it over there. Normally it takes much longer than this. It's probably because it's so hot outside. It's like, oh, I'll just join in.
So, like, I will add to the song.
Right.
Of fire and fury.
All right, this is the last one I've got over here, Andrew.
Okay.
AB15. This is the Gollum Studio pendant, flat on the back. All this beautiful decorative work. I think normally this kind of pendant is more, but we left it at the $25 price. But I think this, when it's more ornate like this, they usually charge a little bit more than that, up to $28 or something. But it's a good deal. Beautiful pendant. Terry says, wow, the pendant is amazing, right? Our friend that we're selling these for has really good taste and really, really, truly loves artisan beads. So you're getting some of the best of some of these bunches and ones that are not available anymore. I went to the website. This design I did not see on their website anymore.
We've been collecting for a while.
Yeah, our friend's been collecting for quite a while. So you're getting a stab at the past a little bit, but kind of the best of the past, which is really cool, I think. AB15, $25. If you're just tuning in, we're selling artisan beads. This is a stash from one of our friends that we're helping to offload for them. And A little bit goes to us, and a little bit goes to them. Now we're moving into Andrew Thornton beads. How about that, everybody? You like that? This is AB16. This is a polymer clay bead by Andrew, or pendant by Andrew.
I looked at some of these and I was like, who had time to do all this?
I know. And these are nice and thin.
Because some of them I did like I hand painted them.
Amanda says
they hand painted them too. So I'm like, did I do that or did they do that?
Right. Amanda says, Andrew who?
I know.
And Terry says, wow, Andrew Thornton, I love his work.
Oh, thanks.
This is AB16, $8. $8 for this pendant. This Shatterstar. Is that what you named that one?
I don't know. I can't see. I was shopping.
The one with the stars.
Correct.
Yeah, he called it Shatterstar. Oh, our friend Warrior Metalsmith joined. That's Andrea. Thank you for joining me. NC Black. Terry says it looked like Christmas to her. Could be. Nice gold color, right? This was a very popular one. You Have Bewitched Me. In this beautiful green and gold bronzy color.
Name that story.
Do you know where that comes from? If you watch along, you know. Marion says, I have a nice collection of ATT works.
Good.
Thank you. AB17, Suzanne says, I have that one. Good. Thank you.
But again, like I started looking at that, I was like, this is a pain in the butt to paint.
That's a lot of work.
I was like, what was I doing?
Well, that's when we did kits, and we had all these wonderful things for the kits. And you did a lot. You talk about our kits, and when we charge like $26 or $24 for a kit that had this in it, and a lot more. We were not charging what we could have for those kits for sure. It's like we still don't charge what we could for our kits.
I know, but I think it was also like a different time. You know? Like I think people used to be like really into art beads and stuff.
Super into art beads, and you couldn't get them just anywhere.
No, and so it was a different time.
Yep. Brooke says, I like that color, very vintage looking. Check this one out.
Does that mean old?
Vintage is good. We like vintage.
I know.
AB18, $8 for this mermaid pendant by Andrew. Check that out, how detailed that is. And the pendant, the hole goes through the top. Suzanne says, you still do kits. Yeah, we do. We do. Not the same way. But we do inspiration kits mostly now because the big kits, the design challenge kits that the group's named after, our design challenge group, those became very expensive. And so while we'd love to do those, they became a little cost prohibitive for a lot of people.
Well, then they didn't sell.
Exactly, they didn't sell. AB19, this little fire pendant. I think this was from the Fire Tribes, from the Tribes competition. If you don't know, we had a competition where we had, 6 or 8 different tribes, and each tribe had its own kit, and then you would compete to create something within your own tribe, and then you'd compete against all the other tribes. And this was the Fire Tribe pendant that you had to use in your design. AB19, $8. How y'all doing out there? Not seeing a lot of comments, y'all. Some of y'all are commenting. I appreciate that. Now this one is Wish AB20. This kind of looks Christmassy in a way to me. I like the colors on this one.
I don't remember why I made that.
That's what I was wondering. I'm trying to think what the wish was for.
I don't know. It goes away. You know, my memory is getting bad now, so.
Hanging out with me too much.
I don't know.
Andrew used to have like nearly photographic memory for certain things.
It's gone now.
And now it is going away. Need to eat those ginkgo leaves.
Nah.
He's like, nah, he's like, I'm happy. It's fine. He's like, I don't need to remember everything.
No. It's nice. It's like a vacation.
It's like a vacation. AB14 has sold. Thank you so much. Oop. AB, what am I on? 21. Terry says that one's Christmas to me too. I think that'd be a good Christmas one. I don't even remember this one. This kind of quatrefoil-ish like one.
I don't know. You know, that's the thing. Is like, I know I made it, but I don't know.
It's definitely your style, but
I can't remember.
AB21, $8. AB18 has sold. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I realized,
That was probably some kind of kit you made.
I realized. Oh, I know what that was for some the desert sand kit.
I think this was the Mountain Tribe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had the Fire Tribe. This was from the Mountain Tribe.
Like, dang, I did a good job.
I know that one was really good. I like that. AB22 and AB20 has sold. Thank you so much. Terry's got a run. Thank you so much. AB22, $8. Please remember to watch the rewatch if you have to go.
Yeah, there's lots of good stuff.
There's lots of good stuff coming up. AB23. Check out this one. Crescent Moon. Beautiful coloring in this. Crescent Moon Polymer Clay Pendant by Andrew Thornton. AB23, $8. Oh, I love this one. This little bird. AB23 has sold. Thank you so much. I love this one. AB23 tried to sell again. Thank you so much. Already sold. It seems to be how it's happening tonight. A lot of people are sending the same ones are very popular tonight. This is AB24, this little bird. in this beautiful orange color. There are 2 of these available. One of them has just sold. Thank you. AB24, $8. One left. AB24, little bird pendant by Andrew T. Thornton. Andrew Thornton, artist. And AB25, this is pulling it out of the long time ago. This kind of compass star looking one. Like this. AB25.
Which one's that one?
A blast from the past.
Oh, I love that, how that turned out.
Yeah.
I was like, how did I do that?
It looks like metal, but it's not.
I would say that one looks vintage.
Right? It's AB25. That's one you're not going to find around very often at all.
I don't remember why I made that. Also, I made a bunch of stuff, and some of the stuff is things that they got from like sample sales and from things that I made just like one-off stuff. So
yeah, Susan says, I've never seen that bird previously.
that is for Mystery Kit 3.
Mystery Kit 3. He remembers Mystery Kit 3.
It's like mango and lime color.
And that's why you probably never saw it. If you didn't buy the Mystery Kit 3, you may not have caught what the actual pendant looked like.
Yeah, that was a
good kit. I remember that now. I don't know what 1 and 2 look like, but
one had like a kind of graffiti looking kind of thing. It's a
squiggle.
And it was orange and purple.
Who are we moving on to with this one?
And then the metal ones.
Yeah.
Invicti.
Is that Invicity?
I call it Invicti, but
Yeah, I think it's Invicity. I think there's an extra I in there.
But it sounds cute.
Invicti. I know. That's what I thought it was too. And then I looked one down, like, oh, I think there's an extra I I'm not pronouncing. Invicity. These are metal.
And they're from Florida. Did you know that?
I didn't. I think I did at one point, but I totally blanked. I would not have been able to tell you that. But now that you say it, I think I did know at one point because I think you were talking about being down there. This is a connector, and these are fine pewter, right? Fine pewter.
Some of them they have different finishes on them.
Yeah. So this is AB6 fine pewter for all you Halloween people out there. Who doesn't want a skull door? I think that's really cool. Great connector. When you use it that way, or dangle some more skulls from it. You got some of those little tiny skulls we sell. Dangle a bunch of tiny skulls from it, or some of the big skulls we have. AB26, $8. I'm gonna check my spam here real quick just to make sure. So I can try and let y'all know when things sell. Looks like everybody's not going to spam so far. That's a good thing. AB27. AB27. These are from Invicity. They do kind of a lot of like kind of primitive looking designs, which I love. And they've done this one with a patina on it. Makes it look like a rusted metal. I think this is really cool. Here's the other one. There are 2 of these available. They're $8 each. Our friend looks like added a jump ring to one of them. It's as far as they got. Invicity. Let me give you the size on these. About 23 millimeters by 30. AB27. AB26 has sold. Thank you so much. AB28 coming up. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I've never seen this one. I love their stuff. This is a little bird sitting on a branch. It is a pendant. This is a nice one. I've never seen this one. We carry their stuff in the store. And I love it. AB28, $8. One of these available. Beautiful little pendant. It could also be like, I don't know. It could be spooky with like a bird on a grave, like by a grave, depending on how you want to look at it. AB29 coming up. B29, $8. Only one of these available. This little stag. Told you they have very kind of primitive designs. I love them so much. These are my kind of thing. AB29, $8 only. In that kind of rusty look again with that patina. Suzanne says the other one could be like the movie Tuesday where death is a bird. There you go. Looks like a crow sitting on the fence outside my window, says Marianne. Yeah. This is AB29. Stag. You can see the horns up here. I love it. Like they remind me of like cave drawings. I love them so much. I love that kind of look, that primitive look. I've kept a few of their things myself over time. Let's see. AB30. AB30 is a cross by Invisity. AB30, $8. Lena says that would look great with African beads. A lot of these would, right? The stag, that would look great, absolutely.
Does Nomi, I can't remember where Nomi's from.
Huh?
What's her name, Noma?
No, I think that's right. It is definitely something like that. Now that you said it, that's what's in my brain. Numa? Is there two O's or just one?
I don't know. I always work with the guy.
Mm-hmm. That's what I had too. And now I'm blanking too. Okay. Where are we going with 31? Whose is this? Oh, that's Diane?
And hockey.
That's what I thought. Diane Hockey's coming up, everybody. Diane Hockey word beads. You remember her word beads? She still do word beads?
I don't know, but for a while she was making tons of them. And she said she was getting kind of tired of it. So
She's getting tired of it. Yeah, there may not be. So these are Diane Hockey ceramic, AB31, $8. Hey, Laura. Laura Lunsford has joined us. Says, hey, you too. Good to see you here. I saw you were you on a trip I saw on Facebook? Did you get back from that? Suzanne says, yes, I have one that says nasty woman. Yes, she did those too.
That's from that
Time period. Day beach trip. Nice. How many are we doing tonight?
50.
50. Okay. Next up, Diane Hockey, Serenity Bead. Serenity Now. I cannot think of Serenity without Serenity Now popping in my head. AB 32. $8. Oh, I should give you. I'm slacking on the size. If I forget and y'all want to know, just remind me in the comments. 28.5 by about 19.5. AB 32. Serenity Bead. Ooh, that's a nice price on that. AB 33. $6 only for this Diane Hockey heart bead. Isn't that a cute little heart bead? I love her style.
I probably priced that too low.
That's what I said. I said that's a good price for that. It's about 18 millimeters.
So do you know who's coming out?
No, I don't know who this is.
That's Gaia Canada.
Oh, it's Gaia.
And then
Those are Gaia.
and the metal
Then
stuff
that's
from
you.
me. And then the last ones are Lily Pillow, I think.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because I'm gonna go fire those ones real quick.
Okay. Get them done. So if you didn't hear all that, we have Metal Pendants by Andrew coming up soon. Gaia Canada is coming up as well. And some Lily Pilly. That's going to round out our evening tonight. Uh, 33 has been claimed. Thank you so much. The little heart. I knew that one should find a home. And these are Diane Hockey's kind of these geometric kind of beads. AB 34, $6. 21.5 millimeters by about 9 millimeters. I love these beads by her because they can go with so many things. You still get a nice artisan bead, but also you can add those right into your own design really easily and add something just a little bit different, right? AB 34. I think that with some pearls would be really pretty. That light blue, some nice pearls attached. Maybe make some kind of a pendant with some pearls dangling tassels or something like that. That'd be pretty nice. AB 35, another one of these geometric beads by Diane Hockey. These are ceramic. AB 34 has sold. Thank you so much. This is AB 35, $6. And this one is about 16 by 15 by 15. $36. AB 36 coming up. More Diane Hockey. Geometric beads. Look how fun that one is. I love seeing people's, now that I'm doing more ceramics, I love seeing people's ceramic beads and trying to figure out what they did and how they did it and how they made it. I like her very nice crisp lines for these geometric beads that she's getting. And this one is about 15 by 14, AB 36. How are y'all doing out there? Having a good time? Enjoying the show? Glad we get to hang out with you again today. This is AB 37, and I'm really happy we get to see some of these beautiful artisan beads, throwing it back on a lot of these, throwing it back to some of the days when artisan beads were, you know, kind of, I don't want to say more valued, but people really enjoyed them. I feel like, um, I feel like there's not as much, I don't know, I feel like it's not exactly the same. But that could also just be nostalgia for me too, for the times when you go to a show and you had to go to the show to buy the artisan beads. And we go and we bring them back for the store, and people would just love them so much because you couldn't get your hands on them in a lot of other ways. A lot of artisans didn't go direct to customers then. And so there was this huge, like when you go to a show and people would just be waiting to see what beads you got from Diane or Marsha or a lot of other friends out there. AB 37, $6 on this one. See you, Amanda. Take care. Thank you for joining us the bit you could today. About 13 millimeters. Yeah, about 13 millimeters around. AB 37. AB 38, and this is the last of the Diane hockey for tonight, is this one. Boy, I like these sharp lines. It's not easy. That's not easy to get as far as I could see in ceramics. I've not been in it for very long, but getting those crazy sharp lines is pretty good. AB 38. $6. And this one is around 14.7, so around 15 millimeters by about 11. All right, next up, some beads by Gaia Canaday. Ooh, I can't believe this is the price on this one. What a great price. Whew, I think Andrew lowballed this one. Anyway, check this out. Those of you who like skulls or Halloween, AB 39, only $18. What? I love how she did that, the little jaw on that, so that the jaw moves by making it like that, by creating it as a separate piece. And to give you an idea, the widest part of this is about 29 millimeters, 28 and a half. And the whole thing overall is around 39. And AB 39 has sold. Thank you so much. I knew that one had to sell at that price. And as cute as that is, that's awesome. That's awesome. As the bag drops out of my hand. Don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. All right. AB 40. Oh, I remember these pieces too. AB 40. Check that out. The little Flying skull. Kind of like the idea of a death head hawk moth, right? But a flying skull as well. Of course, Gaia in the back. AB40, $16. How cool is this? I love this piece. Glazed on front and back. Beautiful work. That dark clay. AB40. Flying skull. Butterfly skull. Death head hawk moth. AB40. Oh, I didn't give you the size of that. Let me give you the size of that one, because that one's a little bit maybe hard to tell. AB40 is about 39 millimeters by 21, if you count the bales, about 24, 25. In inches, it's about 1 5/8 inches by about 3/4 inch. AB40. Here's another one by Gaia, AB41, $14. Isn't that a cute little critter? Critter face. I love looking at these, I have to say. I didn't get to go through these much before the show, so these, every time I take one out of the bag, it's new to me, and I'm seeing it just like you're seeing it. I helped price the first few, and then Andrew took over, so I have not gotten to see these. These are so cute. AB41, $14. What did I say? It's about 30.5 millimeters that way, and about 28 millimeters that way. AB40 has sold. Thank you so much. AB41. AB41 has also sold. Thank you so much. It's like a fox mask. Super cute, says Lennis. Yeah, I like it. I like it. AB42. Looks like a little shell to me. Looks like a little shell pendant. AB42. 26.5 millimeters by about 21. That's a nice big hole in that one too. That hole's about almost 3 millimeters. That's really super cute. AB42. AB43. AB43 looks like a flower. Almost looks like a thistle opening to me or something. AB43. And that's by Gaia as well. I love the colors on this. I don't know if they're coming across on camera. They're kind of gray-green and purple, a light purple color. And this one is about 35 millimeters. With the bail, it's about 40.5. AB43, it's a beautiful pendant. I love the colors in this. These are my colors. I like those. AB43, you got some green, you got some purple. Love it. $16 only. That's a great price too. I feel like those were more when we had that size in the shop from her. Now we've got some metal from Andrew. These are Andrew's flame polished copper and silver pendants. And this is a silver, I think these are fine silver eyes with a flame polished copper to turn it red in the background, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's how he did that. Whoops, and it's soldered on there. And this one, Suzanne says, like the one I first bought from you. Yeah, right? This is 16.5 millimeters by 31, just about 31. This must have been an early one. He didn't stamp AG on this one. I think most of them are stamped AG. This might have been part of a sample sale or a special sale Andrew had that our friend got this one. AB44. Suzanne says mine is stamped AG. I thought they were. I was going to say I thought they were. This might have been from the very first batch, or this might have been, like Andrew said, sometimes he did some sample sales or things like that some of our people got. Ooh, this is a nice one. This one is stamped AG. AB45, $36 is the skull, the floral crowned skull. Stamped AG on the back. Beautiful coloring. I love these hash marks he did in these. These little scratches through. Susan said, Injustice made a necklace with a pendant similar to this one made by Andrew. This other one? This one? See? You just never know. Ahead of the time. Maybe ahead of the time. I don't know when they did that. AB45, $36 for this metal skull done in fine silver. I think it's fine silver, and I think this is copper. I think it's a flame polished copper that it turns the copper red. Gives it that red and black color, I'm pretty sure. Those ones are still available. So far, Andrews are still available. AB46. This is bronze coin. Now we have redone this one. This is one of the older ones, one of the first from that pressing. And this is $20. Oh, Susan says, I just made a necklace with a pendant similar to the one by Andrew. Okay. Those typos, right? That autocorrect. Nice. Did you post it? I don't think I saw it. Though I haven't been online on the Facebook very much this week, which is terrible. I should get on there more, but I just haven't been. So this is AB46, $20. This one we did recently release again. So some of you a lot of you who watch often may already have that one, but it's here. If you want to purchase it this way, part of this sale, of course, goes to our friend and part of it goes to us. So you can help our friend out, get rid of some of their stash, and also make a little money back. So Andrew did a series in white copper that he had done and didn't do a lot of these. And this is one of them. He did the olive tree. in the white copper. And I know he didn't do a lot of these. I don't know if they made it to the website to sell. Do any of you have the white copper ones? I don't know if they went to the website or if they were just offered maybe in D-Stash, or if they were only offered in person. I don't know. But this is white copper, AB47. And this one is about 19.5 millimeters or so. Suzanne says, I don't have any. Yeah, I don't know. I know the white copper was very limited, and I'm not even sure it made it into the online store. I can't remember. It may have sold out immediately, which is also another reason I wouldn't remember if I didn't see it in there for very long. Lena says, I think I have a white copper snake. That could be. That sounds about the right time he did the snake. And this one, he says, is in pewter, which I don't even remember him doing them in pewter. This is AB48, $12 for the crown skull in pewter. These crown skulls that Andrew's been doing, excuse me, he's been doing these a long time. If you see the crowns on things, he's been doing that a long time. Like his, the noble creatures have the crowns. This goes a long way back to these kind of floating crowns. So this one's in pewter, $12, AB48. And this one is about 22 millimeters. Like I said, I didn't remember him doing them in pewter. But he wrote that on there, so that must be it. All right, we got two more, and they are Lily Pilly. Lily Pilly, very beautiful shell. This laser etched shell. This is a donut. AB49, $18. Look at how beautiful that is. Now there's no hole other than this large center hole. So there's no other hole. So you'd wrap it somehow. If you wanted to use some silk, I think it's what, a lark's head knot, is that right? And this one is about 34.5 millimeters. This hole through the center is 13. Laura says, very nice. Thank you. These are nice, right? This is not a design from them that, I don't know if they still do this. We haven't had a lot of this size in the store before. Sometimes they do the larger ones. I know we've had those, but this size is this is what, about a little over 1.25 inches. It's really 1 3/8 inches. It's a nice size. And only $18. It's a good deal. I think Andrew's giving you extra good deals on these. I feel like these are generally more. And then we have this one, Lily Pilly, AB50. This is a very nice, beautiful color, reflective. Look at that. AB50. And, whoa, it is 37.5 millimeters. That hole in there is about 11.5. Oh, I think my internet just blinked. Hopefully you're all still there. AB50 is nice, as Marianne. Thank you. It is. I didn't make it. Suzanne says we're still here. Good. Hopefully the internet's not getting bad. I just lost a lot of people watching though, so I don't know what that did. Luckily, some of y'all are still here, but the numbers just after that blink went like way down. So it must have knocked somebody off or messed up the count. And that's AB50, $18. And that's the last one for this evening. If you missed yesterday's show, remember we have those beautiful pendants from Andrew. He made the enamel pendants like this one. Those beautiful, let me pull this out of the bag so you can see it. If you missed yesterday's show, we have these beautiful enameled pendants with the silver and gold decals and the beautiful enamel work that he did in the backgrounds, all signed on the back by him. And he's working on some more of these. These are going to go into Andrew Thornton Project D-Stash, maybe tonight or tomorrow. So if you missed them on the video, you can grab them there if you're part of that group on Facebook. If you're not part of the group, you can search Andrew Thornton Project D-Stash and ask to join. If you've been with us a while, we'll let you in. We generally only have people that we know and trust in that group. So you can add a request there if you've been with us for a while, and then they will, anything that's left after we parse them through there will go into the online store. I've already taken videos and photos of all of these, so they'll go into the online store pretty quickly after the D-Stash. All right, so they come in two sizes at $26 for that smaller size, and then this larger size. They're all hand cut, so they're all a little bit different, but they're generally around the same size. And this one is the $36 size. There's also a few much larger ones at $42. They're about double this size, that are kind of more like samples, but if people want them, he's selling those too. They're actually kind of really cool, and I like them a lot. Suzanne says, I love the one I got. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, if you grab them, we thank you so much for all of your support. Let me flip the camera around. We'll say a quick goodbye. Let's see. Let me flip this around. Hello again, everybody. Come on, camera. So, hopefully you liked those artisan beads tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to check out yesterday's video if you missed it. There are some really cool pendants, enamel pendants by Andrew in that video. And sorry, every time I get a little itch now, I think I have a tick. Because if you missed the beginning of this, I had a tick in me today. So it's freaking me out a little bit. So I keep looking for things. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to, like I said, move the pendants to the Andrew Thornton D-Stash. I shared the pictures on Facebook, but they're going to go through the D-Stash group first. You'll have to claim them through there, and then we'll release them to the public. But I wanted to give a preview because there was a discount in the video up until we started this one. So that discount will be applied in the D-Stash group again, but then they will go into the website at retail prices, which are the prices I quoted. We were giving 10% off those prices yesterday, and we will be doing that in the D-Stash group as well. So if you missed it yesterday, or if you were thinking and you weren't sure, your next chance to get them is in the D-Stash group if you're in there, and then on the website. Also got a lot of beautiful art, a lot of things on the website. If you haven't checked out our website in a while, please do so, allegorygallery.com. You know, we put a lot of things on our homepage, on the front page, but there's so much more in there. You don't have to look through the front page. You can just go to the shop tab, and if you're looking for pendants, if you're looking for, you know, different kinds of spacers or sari silk, we have beautiful sari silk. We have a lot of vintage check glass and vintage crystal in there. Type in vintage, you'll probably see a lot of stuff pop up. A lot of vintage pearls, beautiful gemstones. So please remember, we have a website. I know you all watch us every day, but we do have a website, and we love getting orders through the website. So please check out allegorygallery.com and send and share that to your friends and with your friends, so they know that you trust us. We are a small supplier of beads. Not a lot of people know us in the world. I like to think we're well known everywhere, but we're really not. So your sharing really helps, and your testimonies about how, you know, you have good service from us and you enjoy the things we have, it helps so much. You know, anytime we have new people on the lives and in our Facebook group and things, and even on our Facebook page, when you all say stuff like that, you know, you find good things with us, you trust us as a supplier, it really helps other people who are new to us make the decision whether or not they shop with us. When they see people talking about that, it does help. Just like, you know, we don't put reviews on our website, and that's not because we don't want the reviews, it's because we buy things in small quantities. So if you were to review a particular gemstone strand, we may only have 2 or 3 of them. And so it doesn't make a lot of sense to review items and have the reviews on the website when they don't really, you know, go to things anymore. I feel like, you know, somebody says, this was so great, I love it. And then you go to look for it and it's not there because it's sold out. That can be a little bit depressing. So that's the one reason we don't have reviews on our website, the main reason anyway. And so whenever you all chime in and say the nice things that you often say about us, it really does help, and it really does mean a lot. So thank you so much, and we'll see you back here tomorrow with more, probably artisan beads tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to take a break in between, but we'll probably have more artisan beads tomorrow. So we hope you'll tune in and help our friend de-stash a little bit, which helps us and helps them as well. Money gets split. So thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.